And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Today's satellite loop showing the next system here pushing eastward across the Bering Sea. A couple of lows out there. The main one right here, and then one farther back spinning around just west-northwest of Shimia. Big cloud shield with us, a lot of rain pushing in toward the eastern Aleutians. Clouds over the Alaska Peninsula and the Cirrus Shield here, just reaching Nunivak Island, but still off the southwest coast. Clearing over Bristol Bay today. Clear skies, Kodiak Island, and up over the interior, area of rain and showers here over the Tanana Valley, eastward over toward Eagle and the upper or the 40-mile country there, with rain and showers down into the northern Susitna Valley and some showers down into the Talkeetnas, Chugach Mountains, and back along the western Alaska Range here. More clouds and areas of light rain and showers back to the northern Bering Sea there, on up across the North Slope and the Arctic coast. Umayyad Airfield, for example, picking up 1/10 of an inch today. So rainfall amounts up here pretty light. Other areas didn't see anything, or just a few hundredths of an inch. And a little bit heavier rain down over the southern southeast coast today. Again, heaviest in the south, lighter in the north, with Ketchikan, or actually Klawock, picking up just under ½ an inch today, and Juneau, by contrast, about 1/10 of an inch there. Otherwise, dry conditions, some clearing, allowing temperatures at Cordova to reach 63 this afternoon. Sunshine, gusty northwest winds of up to, 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour at Kodiak, and temperature reached 61 degrees there. And looking at the chart today, here's the position of that next low center tracking eastward just north of Adak and Atka. That bringing 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts with that, and about nearly ½ inch of rain associated with it there at Adak, with increasing winds and rain into the eastern Aleutians up toward the Pribilof Islands. Higher pressure in advance of that, again, making for a pretty nice day here over the southwest interior into Bristol Bay and, of course, Kodiak Island. Clearing in Cook Inlet as well, with the showers to the north and back toward the Alaska Range and up into the interior there. And the southeast coast, here's the low pressure area in the front that brought the heavier precipitation down to the south there, with showers in this weak trough up to the north. And for tonight, this whole excuse me, this low will slide off to the east, but that'll keep close enough to keep the rain chances going over the southeastern portion of the Panhandle as it dries out and tries to clear out up to the north. Showers ending here across the southern interior with some clearing as that high shifts eastward here. Isolated showers also decreasing over the interior there. Still a chance of some occasional light rain and showers for the western Arctic coast, maybe down into the Seward Peninsula, but stays fair for St. Lawrence Island, much like today, and some shower activity for the eastern Arctic coast there, North Slope. But this system, gale force winds coming in toward the southwest coast, and gale developing into storm force winds here heading up into the Pribilof Islands. Otherwise, good westerly winds there with showers behind the front. Rain possibly heavy at times for the Alaska Peninsula, and that pressing in toward the southwest coast toward morning. And then for tomorrow, that front pushes eastward here, right across Kodiak Island into south central Alaska. Wet conditions here spreading as far east possibly as Yakutat by late in the afternoon. And again, storm force winds to the Pribilofs out of the west-southwest as that low tracks just north of St. Paul will turn more west-northwest here as that low pulls off to the east. And that front spreads rain northward across the Yukon Delta into Norton Sound, possibly reaching the south coast of the Seward Peninsula, and definitely rain in the Kuskokwim Valley. A break here up in the Tanana Valley with possible clearing, a weak trough and some possible showers along that trough axis there from the mainly along and south of the Brooks Range there, but very light amounts here, and still some ongoing moisture threats there along the western Arctic coast, drying out here to the west. And with this system tracking in that strong southwest wind coming into Bristol Bay, there's a high surf advisory out for the coastal areas of Bristol Bay, kicking into effect Tuesday evening and continuing till about 10 a.m. mid-morning on Wednesday or so, looking for 10-foot waves that could cause minor beach erosion there all along the Bristol Bay coastline. And then the outlook for Wednesday, that low tracks due east here across the Barren Islands and the western Gulf of Alaska late Tuesday night and early Wednesday to about this position south of Cordova, Cape Yakataga on Wednesday afternoon, weakening considerably. You can see the pressure up to 1,001 millibars from where it was about 974 millibars 24 hours earlier. Anyway, that front will push rain into the panhandle, but winds not much of a factor with it, although they will increase as the front approaches the southeast coast. And back here, looks like another wet day for the Kuskokwim Valley to the western Alaska Range. Downsloping breezes off the Alaska Range should start to definitely dry it out and possibly clear it out, mainly for Cook Inlet. Lingering showers, Chugach Mountains, Talkeetnas into the Copper River Basin, showers up along the Alaska Range there into the Tanana Valley, and then dry and a weak trough, keeping some showers going over the eastern Brooks Range and North Slope. Higher pressure building in here over the eastern Bering Sea, starting to improve conditions again out along the southwest coast all the way up into the Bering Strait there. And so all this has to do is move off to the east, and then this high pressure can come on in late Thursday and maybe Friday, Saturday, possibly Sunday here across southern Alaska. As you can see, the next system way out here to the west, staying even west of Shemya there, at least through Wednesday afternoon. Looking at temperatures, lows tonight, 40s out to the west, 30s and 40s over the interior, all the way up to the Arctic coast. Now temperatures dropping to around freezing around Gulkana, Copper River Basin, in the 40s for the Panhandle. Highs tomorrow, 50s, maybe lower 60s there for Craig-Klawak area. Cooler for Kodiak tomorrow with the clouds and rain moving in along with the wind. And otherwise highs 40s and 50s over much interior Alaska all the way up to the Arctic coast. We'll see in the 40s there from the Brooks Range out to the Arctic, out to the coastal areas there. And then for the lows, again, 30s and 40s with over the interior here, starting to edge down to the freezing mark or maybe a little below there for the Brooks Range area, but 30s above freezing for the North Slope and Arctic coast, and milder there for the Copper River Basin, low around 40 there for Glen Ellen, and in the 40s for the southeast coast, also out to the west. And then for Wednesday afternoon, nothing spectacular temperature-wise here across the state. 30s and 40s, Brooks Range northward, 40s and 50s over the remainder part of the state there, and 50 to 55 for the Panhandle, and upper 40s to lower 50s out over the Bering Sea and the Aleutians.